You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hi, Bold and the Beautiful fans. So I am noticing that Carter Walton and Hope Logan are kind of oblivious to their systematic destruction of Forrester Creations. And I wonder if Brooke Logan is so angry that she's going to let them burn it down, or maybe doesn't even notice that it's being ruined. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about the self-gaslighting going on with Hope and Carter, about this takeover, and why things are going so badly, yet they don't even realize it, and they think things are going great. And hey, if you are not subscribed, please click that button. So Brooke is an experienced CEO who's done the job before, but right now she is acting like an 11th grader that got dumped on prom night. Her head is not in the game because Ridge is off playing sloppy seconds with Taylor Hayes. Brooke could be a good CEO if she was focused, but she's not. And even worse, she actually doesn't have that much to work with because of what they're doing. Let's talk about Hope Logan. She was absolutely devastated to lose her line when Steffy Forrester fired her. And despite the whole thing with Hope falling on Liberty Bibberty, the bottom line was sales of Hope for the Future designs had been in the toilet since Thomas Forrester left town. RJ and Zende's designs weren't pulling sales. Buyers were canceling on the next collection. And now RJ has evaporated off being an influencer again, or something, I guess. Hope was crushed about losing Hope for the Future, and she was griping about how unfair it was. And, she refused to acknowledge all the business reasons for ending her line. Steffy didn't handle it well, that's for certain, but the line was circling the drain, and Carter knew it. Heck, he wanted to end it until he decided he'd rather get into Hope's pants than be a good CEO who was making sound business decisions. So Carter stole the company to give Hope her line back, and guess what? I haven't seen her working on it at all. I haven't seen her in the design office other than to talk smack to Steffy. I mean, heck, the only thing I've seen Hope doing at work is Carter. She's certainly not doing any real work. So how exactly is Hope contributing to the bottom line at Forrester Creations if she is not doing something with HFTF? She acted like Steffy taking her line was the end of the world, and Carter giving it back was a miracle. So why isn't Hope nose to the grindstone making sure it succeeds? Zende showed Ridge and Eric a couple of sketches they liked, but that doesn't mean the buyers are on board. And there's no mention really of orders coming in. And although there is a rack of dresses sitting in the CEO office, there are almost no designers working at Forrester. There's Zende. That's it. Eric's not designing. Ridge is not designing. Thomas is off in Paris doing whatever. Hope for the Future, the line buyers were bailing on, is the only one getting a new season, getting a new collection. So there was a bonus scene that didn't make it into the episode on Thursday, November 23rd. And the dialogue was insane, but lets you know where their heads are at if you haven't seen it. And this bonus scene has me definitely saying Hope and Carter are self-gaslighting and ruining the company. Hope tells Carter in this scene that it's happening. Everything they hoped for. Okay, so Hope and Carter were all about inclusion and kumbaya and hugging and sing-alongs and whatnot, mission accomplished. But tell me how that pays the bills. Hope told him that the risk they took is paying off, and Carter says it's happening faster than he thought. And then Hope lathered about his big idea hitting at the right time, and mind you, the Forresters thought it was absolutely the wrong idea. So let's see why Carter and Hope think they're killing it. She said that he had the guts to see it through. This is all from the bonus scene. And then she told Carter that the Forresters were never going to take them seriously. That is very true. And Ridge, Eric, and Steffy still don't take them seriously. Carter said they're expanding, and not just a line or two. He said, we're turning this place into a luxury global conglomerate. And Hope grinned and said, with fashion as its foundation. That is the height of self-gaslighting. How is fashion the foundation when they literally have no one working on their most successful fashion lines, Couture and Brooke's Bedroom? There's almost no fashion going on at Forrester Creations. They have a rookie designer working on her line without Hope even participating. Not that she's a designer, she's just the name on the tag. They have Carter, not a designer. They have Brooke, not a designer. And Steffi's back and plotting and also not a designer. They're going to go bankrupt. Why would any luxury brands make deals with them when they have no fashion lines except the worst one? Carter told Hope with Brooke as CEO, he can focus on partnerships and acquisitions. But come on, Carter is nothing without the Forresters. It does not say Walton on the door, and he is a lawyer, not a designer. This has failure written all over it. And what's funny is what has Carter and Hope convinced that they're about to rocket into the stratosphere is that Daphne Rose came to them. Carter and Hope agreed that winning looks good on them. They literally said that to each other. Maybe they need to look up that word because stealing and winning, two different things. Carter mentioned in this bonus scene that Hope for the Future is back on track. We'll see. And he said the jewelry line is doing well. Okay, probably. And then Hope said the buyers are thrilled to be working with Brooke. Okay, great. What are they buying? Hope for the Future, which they didn't care for, and earrings? I mean, they think landing Daphne is going to lead to more luxury deals. We'll see. Carter said in this scene, this first contract with Daphne sets the standard for the rest. So, as I understand it, the whole reason these two think they're winning is that Daphne Rose knocked on the door. And we all know Steffi sent her. Otherwise, Daphne wouldn't have looked twice at working with Carter and Hope after their coup. They had that French singer that was looking to peddle her existing perfumes, but she's not such a huge deal. And Fanny also might not have signed if she knew the Forresters had left, or rather been ousted. So all I smell is the stench of failure, and they're hoping Daphne's perfume will cover it. If the Forresters don't get their company back soon, there may not be much left. No new designs for the big lines means no sales. Carter wants to spend money to acquire things, and that means debt on top of no sales. And when word spreads about Eric and Ridge not designing, Hope for the Future might not have any orders since it was just an add-on to the main lines that were supporting the business. And has Brooke even noticed that Forrester Creations is burning down around them with no fashion to sell to the buyers? Carter is spending, and Hope is doing nothing more than boinking her boyfriend on the CEO couch and taunting Steffi. And I know people are asking, how will Daphne seducing Carter get the Forresters back their company? Okay, I see it this way. Hope will be furious. She'll dump Carter for cheating. She was the reason he stole the company. Daphne tells a smitten Carter to give Forrester Creations back if he wants to be with her. And since he is a sucker for any woman, he'll do it. Then the Forresters come back and fire Hope. Daphne dumps Carter, and those two are left looking like fools that have nearly run Forrester into the ground. By then, Forrester may be bankrupt thanks to this great job Carter and Hope think they are doing. And all Brooke can think about is Taylor stealing her man and Ridge ignoring her text and hanging up on her calls. It is a hot, hot mess. It's all burning down, and there might not be much for the Forresters to come back to.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.